94-year-old Ila Hennessy has walked through this door countless times. It's just, well, it's been a while.
All this stuff is belongs to my granddaughter, and they're fixing to have a garage sale here.
Spider webs, dust, and long shadows now reside where once hardware, feed, and food once claimed stake. Well, some food still sits, and sits, and sits.
Back then is different from what it is now,
to say the least. Ila Hennessy and his late wife Evelyn opened the store back in 1950, long before superstores and Walmarts, but one could argue that for its time, the old Hennessy General Store could hold its own.
All kind of groceries and notions of all kinds, some cloths and shoes and work clothes and stuff like that. And then we put in hardware, most all kind of hardware, pipe fittings, that's the main thing, pipe fitting, back then we had the black plastic and the PVC just came out. So we had both kinds in there.
And no, he didn't leave out the youngins.
Get popsicles and a stick in the mud and sandwiches. And then we had the half a gallons in there.
Ila says his most popular items, next to the ice cream, were tires. Quality Safemark tires.
There, and then row here and then down on the floor there. And we had a whole lot of tires in there. This is a good place to take it.
George McKenzie remembers the tires, and what a bargain they were.
I know I had gone to school over at Southeastern, and I had to go back over there for some reason. Anyway, I cut through here. I stopped by and bought that set of tires. You remember about how much it cost?
No, they were a whole lot cheaper then than they are now.
It seemed to me like
Another satisfied customer was Mike Gill, who remembers not the store, but the store on wheels. That's right. If you couldn't make the trip to Stony Point, Ila and his wife would bring his custom bus full of supplies, food, and ice cream to your doorstep. A one-of-a-kind school bus in which kids actually relished hopping aboard.
You see the bus coming, and all us kids would run inside and warn Mama that the bus was coming, you know, and that's where we got our groceries. But I remember the chewing gum probably more than anything, and the ice cream, as he said. In other words, he always had ice cream, but that was about the only time we could get chewing gum is when he came around and sold it, you know. And but it was a treat for everybody.
The traveling Safemark store had about a half-dozen routes all over Washington Parish.
I run it for about 15 years, and it was just wore down till it wouldn't hardly go.
But Ila and his wife continued to supply anyone with anything they needed. If they didn't have it, they'd order it, and they'd do it with a smile. Something amiss these days, but the customers aren't the only ones missing out.
We miss the people. We had used to being with people all the time, and then when we closed down, being out down in the nursery, that was lonely like that. We miss the people like that a whole lot.
Well, Ila customers miss you too. Sure, they miss the store and the quality Safemark tires, but more than that, they miss you.
Guess what? The only tires I got left.
From Stony Point, I'm Bill Sherman reporting.